Well, good morning and welcome to Thought for the Day. This is, as you've probably picked up, my second attempt at recording it. The earlier one went out with no sound on it, so I've had to come back and re-record it. So apologies for that. Also, you may have been expecting Terry since it's Thursday today, but he's kindly agreed to swap with me because there's something I particularly wanted to share with you this first Thursday of lockdown. I've got a bit of a weakness for news on the internet. It's so easy, isn't it? Once you to want to find out the latest, and once you've started reading it, then there's something else to follow up on, and, and more information. And the BBC website has got all sorts of interesting things, and then if you can't find more, you can go out to other newspapers or sites in other parts of the world. There's just so much information out there. It's very easy to get hooked into it. And it happened again this morning. I woke up and thought, I just wonder if we know anything more about what's happened in the American election and if there's any addictive news story. It's that one. It's been running for the last year or so. There's always more you can find out, more what somebody said, what's happening in the polls, what's there's always more. So I just thought I'd quickly check what's happening. Before I know it, half an hour's gone, and I'm really none the wiser than I was before. As of 8 o'clock, 7:30 this morning, there was still no definitive result. All that's happened is an hour, half an hour's been frittered away. But yesterday was different. Um, I was a little bit in trepidation about going onto the news and seeing what had happened, and so I thought, no, I'll pause. I'll let God have the first word. So I got up. I went out for a short run to wake myself up, freshen myself up. I came back and I had a really good time reading the Bible, praying, letting God set the agenda for the day. Then and only then did I have a quick look at the news websites and discovered that the result, as I'm sure you know, was inconclusive. And I thought, there's a real danger I could be tracking this all day. So I decided that I wouldn't look again until the evening. And I had a remarkably good day. Extraordinarily good, really. I was, despite having 5 hours in, almost 5 solid hours in Zoom meetings all afternoon, I still managed to get quite a lot of other things done. Talked to another number of people on the phone, set up some discussions with people. Just had a really good day. And it seems there was even a kind of unwritten agreement between Helen and myself not to mention this great big news story that could take all our attention and maybe absorb our emotions as well. The first mention of it that we had between us, amazing this, was when we were praying together before tea, and when Helen just prayed for the people of America in this uncertain time when they didn't know what was happening. And at that point, after that, I did have a quick check and see what the situation was. Sadly, later in the evening, I did go back on, see a bit more what's going on, and discover the level of uncertainty, that the open questions, the challenges, and that started to ask that, oh, what if that, what if that, and as a result, didn't have, I think, nearly as good a night as I might have done. I woke up in the night with some of those questions still bouncing around in my mind. Because the news is a remarkably dangerous addiction at times. And the vicar I know saw this danger, particularly in the early days of lockdown, where again there was this ongoing news story: what's happening, what's happened to the numbers, what's going to happen. And so when first lockdown was announced, he started streaming evening prayer or night prayer on YouTube at 10 o'clock each night. So give his congregation an opportunity not to finish their day with the latest news, the latest on these long running sagas of the American elections or the coronavirus pandemic. Give them a chance instead to end their day with God, end their day not with the the old news or the new news, the latest news, but with the good news. And so, in this season of prayer, the archbishops have called the Church of England to pray, particularly on Thursdays, to pray for our nation. I thought I'd like to give us here at St Albans that same opportunity. So, as from tonight, I'm going to be doing night prayer on Facebook at 10 o'clock every Thursday night. I hope you'll be able to join me. Maybe you take a break from the constant stream of news and just to take a break and focus on God instead. I hope you'll be able to join me then. And if so, I'll see you then. God bless.